Hi gang, today I'm going to take a look at MBT from our good friends over at GMT Games. It's designed by James M. Day, and that name's probably going to ring a bell if you happen to be a fan of his Panzer series. Well, now with MBT, or Main Battle Tank, it is tank-to-tank combat in 1980s Germany. So it's a hypothetical World War III that has broken out. And this is a pretty hefty game. And just taking a look at the back here, it is for 2 players, ages 14 and up, complexity 6, which from Panzer is about right, if it's similar to Panzer. And the solitaire suitability is also a 6. So let's pop this open. Now, one thing I am going to mention as far as MBT, as well as just about any game that comes out from GMT, if you're interested in it, taking a look at what's inside kind of gets your juices flowing. You got to make sure that you pick these up as soon as you possibly can, because GMT titles sell out very, very quickly because they're not produced in huge print runs. So you don't want to be sitting there and say, wow, that looks like a pretty cool game, Jeff, and then you go online and it's sold out, and then you go to the various different online retailers and it's sold out, and then you're stuck having to pay extra on the secondary market. So it looks like we've got some paper maps here. Just kind of taking a peek. Dual-sided. Looks like we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Little surprised they're not mounted, but it looks like this is just jam-packed with goodies to start off with. So, as we can see, we've got the unit cards, which are thick. More unit cards. Looks like we've got a couple of player aids. We certainly do. A vehicle data key card. Fixed wing aircraft. And then we've got plenty of counters. And of course, these are dual-sided. And they are top-down, so that's cool. There's nothing stranger than to see a game which has armored vehicles and such, and it's a side view. It looks kind of bizarre, in my opinion. So I always dig the top-down. And we've got infantry units as well. Different markers. As you can see, this is just loaded with counters. There we go. And that, of course, is no doubt why we've got the paper maps. But I mean, it's not cheap chintzy just paper. I mean, it's like cardstock, and it's got a finish to it, so not crap. And we've got 10-sided dice. There we go. The famous GMT playbooks. Always cool. Always love these. Then we got game rules, basic game, and advanced game. And the advanced is pretty hefty there. We're just going to flip through real quick. We're not going to go through a whole lot of detail. And as usual, plenty of illustrations, plenty of examples of play. Just kind of taking a quick look through. I want to say, I think there's 10 scenarios in the game, and effectively it's kind of the opening moves of this hypothetical World War III, and it's taking place in Western Germany. All right, so we've got the advanced rules, and there are quite a lot. Just kind of going through real fast. Panzer's a pretty cool game. I don't get it out on the table as much as I would like, because it is a grognard's delight. And unfortunately, most of the people I know these days, they like war games, but they don't like really meaty war games. And, you know, some people just don't have enough time to really delve that deeply into game rules and so forth. It's just kind of looking through that. And then, of course, the very cool GMT playbook, which always gives you an in-depth example of play for scenarios, your designer notes. So here it's talking about the setup. What is the situation to begin the game? Summary charts for the US and for the Soviets. So here we've got the scenarios. Let's see, we're at 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, am I right? There's 8. Are we going to see 10? 9. There's 10. There we go. But strangely enough, there is no designer diary. It might be in the advanced game rules, possibly. But as you can see, there is loads inside MBT. Let's take a quick look at some of the... get that out of the way. Let's take a look at some of the units. And as I mentioned, these are nice, thick, the various different armored units, and then infantry units, crew-served weapons, so it looks like James M. Day has really put together, well, I want to say this was originally an Avalon Hill game, and I'm sure somebody out there is going to correct me if I'm wrong, but as you can see, just the component quality has been jacked to the nines, really, as far as this goes, because I guarantee Avalon Hill, even though it was a pretty great company, was not giving you unit cards like these. So we've got all the unit cards, all the counters, the rule books, the scenario book, the dice, and the maps, and of course a nice little bunch of baggies to put those counters in once you punch them. And that is what you're going to find when we take everything from MBT outside the box. By all means, stay tuned. I'll have a review in depth about MBT over on the gaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV, anything that's pretty much cool, be sure to get your geek on over at thegaminggang.com. And until next time, thanks for watching.